About 100 kilometers from Japan in the Pacific Ocean, there's an area of about 500,000 to 1 million square kilometers where ships and even airplanes hesitate to pass through. This area is also known as the Devil's Sea, Devil's Triangle, or the Dragon Triangle. Welcome to another interesting video of Review It channel. One special thing about this triangle is that it is exactly opposite the Bermuda Triangle, and both these triangles are located in such positions that the 25th parallel line of our Earth cuts through both of them at the same point. Many incidents are famous about this area, that many ships and airplanes have disappeared forever here and no trace of them has ever been found. Because of this, in 1950, the Japanese government declared this entire area as an intense danger zone for shipping. Although, in Japanese culture, there are stories thousands of years old about this area, which say that a dragon-like creature lives under the sea here. That's why it also became famous as the Dragon's Triangle. This area came into the limelight in the 20th century when, in August 1945, a Japanese Air Force plane was passing through the Philippine Sea south of Tokyo and suddenly sent a strange message to the control tower saying that the sky is getting strange. The sky is opening. What is happening to the sky? And these were the pilot's last words. After this, the control tower lost contact with the plane, and it was never found again. Even after that, many such incidents continued to happen in this area. In 1952, the Japanese government sent a military ship named Ko Maru No. 5 for investigation into this area. But this ship also disappeared here and was never found again. There were 31 researchers on this ship, and no trace of them was ever found. The Japanese government claimed that this ship may have been destroyed due to an undersea volcanic eruption, but no debris of the ship was found. At that time, Japan's biggest newspaper, Yomiuri Shimbun, published a map of this area and revealed that more than 9 ships had disappeared here between 1945 and 1950. On January 4, 1955, a Japanese ship named Shunimaru No. 10 was passing near the Japanese island of Mikurajima when it also lost contact with the control tower. However, the ship was found 12 days later, but the people aboard had no idea that they had been off radar for so many days. And in some articles, it was also published that some people on the ship gave strange statements, which were never verified. But this area started becoming a part of popular culture. In 1970, the New York Times named this area the Devil's Sea. After that, many movies were made on this area, like Godzilla and others. Then in 1989, an American paranormal writer, Charles Berlitz, wrote a book on this Devil's Sea and titled it The Dragon's Triangle. In this book, there was mention of many sea ships that had disappeared in this Dragon Triangle. After this, like the Bermuda Triangle, this Dragon Triangle also became a part of Western popular culture. But now enters another American writer, Larry Kush. Larry published a book, The Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved, in which he dismissed all the myths that were famous about the Bermuda Triangle. Larry stated that the Bermuda Triangle is actually nothing, and it is just an ordinary place, and that just as many ships went missing there as go missing in any other part of the sea. In the same book, he also mentioned this Devil's Sea or Dragon's Triangle and challenged many of Charles Berlitz's claims. Larry wrote letters to Japanese government officials to find out whether the Japanese government had actually designated any area where ships are not allowed to pass. Along with this, he also wanted to know the truth behind the ships that Charles Berlitz had mentioned in his book. When the Japanese government's reply came, it was completely opposite to what Charles Berlitz had said. The Japanese government clearly denied that there is any Devil's Sea, Dragon Triangle, or any such limitation. Larry asked, then why had this area been called a danger zone and why were ships being warned not to pass through? In response, the Japanese government shared that the designated danger zone was only a 10-mile area near a Japanese island. And the reason for this danger zone was that there were some underwater volcanoes and in some places, there were sharp rocks under the water, which, when hit, caused ships to sink. Similarly, regarding the 9 sea ships that had gone missing, the Japanese government said that they were not large ships but small-scale ships, and that when these ships went missing, there had been severe storms in the area. Whereas Charles Berlitz had written in his book that the sea was completely calm and there was no storm when the ships went missing. So, there was a big difference between the claims of Charles Berlitz and the responses of the Japanese government. And it seemed like the Dragon Triangle, just like the Bermuda Triangle, was more fiction than fact. But even in this Dragon's Triangle, there is one mystery that science itself cannot deny, and that is a submerged historic city near Yonaguni Island, 550 kilometers from Japan, which is called one of the greatest discoveries in the history of underwater archaeology. In 1987, some divers were swimming here when they saw a strange structure 60 feet below the sea. This structure did not look natural at all. The way the mountains were carved and placed over each other with planning, it looked 100% like human work. This structure was like a pyramid. When archaeologists started researching it, they found that it was a 5,000 to 6,000-year-old structure, and at that time, humans didn't even have the technology to cut such large stones. And then the big question was, how did this structure get so deep underwater? No one had answers to these questions. And this structure was also located inside the Dragon Triangle, about which so many stories are famous. So, the logic given by Larry for ships disappearing may be acceptable, but about this structure, it seems no one has any solid argument. And not just this, but in 1945, when that A-plane went missing here, why did the pilot say that the sky was opening or its color was changing? Even now, scientists have not been able to give a satisfactory answer to this either. It is possible that all of this is nothing more than fake stories, and the truth is as simple as Larry wrote in his book. And it is also possible that something really is happening here that the Japanese government wants to cover up. But officially, no government or scientific organization recognizes the Devil Sea area as a danger zone. And when we asked AI to, it also said that this is just a myth and the accidents that do happen here are mostly due to the area's extreme weather and electromagnetic disturbances. Actually, this area is one of the 12 vile vortices of our planet. Vile vortices are such paranormal regions of our planet where, due to electromagnetic fields, anomalies happen. The Bermuda Triangle is also one of these 12 vile vortices. In September 2024, a book was also published titled Vile Vortices, Unraveling the Planet's Dangerous Energy Zones. This book discussed in great detail these 12 places on Earth where, due to electromagnetic fields, anomalies occur, whether it's the anomalous plateau or the Dragon Triangle. For more interesting videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, review our channel.